guys, it's Darcy here. So I kind of want to talk today about signs and synchronicities and what we should do when we're going through all this. Okay. So first and foremost, if you'd like coaching, head over to our Instagram page at Persistent Queen and check under coaching highlights, and that's where our prices are. Make sure you know what you want before you send us a private message. We also offer lives on Sunday for $4.99 a month. So if you want to join in on that and talk to the coaches on there, you're more than welcome. It's a really fun experience. I hop on there from time to time. All right, so let's talk about signs and synchronicities. So I was talking today to a client, and she's been experiencing a lot of synchronicities, in which, that is a really cool part of this journey, right? When the synchronicities start picking up. So I basically just talked to her about, sorry if you hear that plane in the background. I just told her about how it's great when that happens, but we have to find a way to kind of cut it off and not focus too much on it. So my advice when you start getting a lot of signs and synchronicities is, again, one of the biggest rules to kind of think of when you're manifesting is living in the in and watching your expectations of your 3D reality. So a lot of times we don't realize it, but we have these sneaky expectations of how we want something to go. So, for example, you start seeing synchronicities and maybe you're like, okay, this is coming in tomorrow. It's going to be here tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you're like, right? Maybe for some you don't really react that way, but it's more of okay, where is it? I'm getting upset. I'm starting to question it. That is the number one thing to think on is expectations. And again, this is going to sound contradicting, but setting expectations when your SP comes in, when they start communicating with you and you're like, oh, I have these high expectations that they need to text me all the time and they're not, then you start having that room for disappointment. So be careful with expectations. Maybe I'll make another video on that soon. So back to the signs and synchronicities. Signs and synchronicities are great. You're manifesting those things, and you want to have a good assumption to whatever it is you're manifesting. Let's say it's a number or a bird or a type of color of a car, whatever. Have a good assumption of it, okay? You don't have to sit there and make it whatever other people are saying it is, right? But when you start getting a lot, when it starts coming in a lot, just remind yourself, okay, my subconscious mind is saturated so much with this belief system that this is showing up this way. How cool is that? That's showing me that, because everyone, as you pushed out, your world is reflecting to you what is on your mind. And it's showing you that. So, for example, let's say you're wanting to manifest your SP, and then all of a sudden all your friends around you start getting in relationships or getting married or whatever, you name it, right? Okay, that's a sign that your situation is unraveling. And so this is where you have to just kind of say, okay, that's cool, and keep going. Don't get so hung up on that sign and synchronicity, okay, I need it to show up this certain way, or I need this to be consistent, or when the signs and synchronicities slow down, we start to feel like it's not happening. You don't want to rely on that, because essentially that's you relying on the 3D for movement. Essentially, you're relying on it. So, because that's what signs and synchronicities are. They're in 3D. So, rule of thumb is, okay, it's cool, and then letting it go. Don't go talking about it. Don't freak yourself out when the signs start slowing down. It doesn't mean it's not happening. I have had plenty of things manifest in my reality that had a bunch of signs before it came, and then I've had plenty of things in my reality that had 0 signs before it showed up. So, don't rely on that as some type of pattern, because I know as humans we liked routines and patterns, and I wouldn't do that. I suggest not to do that. So yeah, I hope this helps. Just remind yourself the signs are cool. It's showing you that you're definitely, you've saturated your mind, but from that point on, you need to step back and put your focus back onto you and what you have going on and living your life currently, and not allowing yourself to get attached to that. Why should you not get attached to that? Because then you might start feeling like it's not happening. You might start questioning yourself when we set those expectations. So again, you can enjoy it, but don't get too hung up on it. Just acknowledge it and tell yourself you want to see more, because you deserve more. You deserve more than a sign. You deserve the entirety of your manifestation. All right. So I hope this helps, and leave down below some questions that you would like me to answer or topics you'd like me to talk about on here. And I will definitely do that. Definitely need some more topics. So give them to me, guys. Let me know what you want to hear, because I'm here for that. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye.